As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Usea has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army. With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power. HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting. I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense. With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Arusea will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Arusea's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there. Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to...
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Caution.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
It's Erusian! Shoot it down!
Trigger, that one's Osean.
Caution.
Do not attack before target identification is complete. ID'd as Osean forces.
Pull up.
This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated. War is something I'll never get used to. But tonight has been a total shock. The
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
War is something I'll never get used to, but tonight it's been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets. It's Erusian! Shoot it down!
Caution.
Trigger, that one's Osean. Do not attack before target identification is complete. stopped.
Caution. Missile.
Target acquired.
Missile.
Vehicle eliminated.
Missile.
Enemy's got a lock.
Fighting with drones is what got us into this mess.
Strider 4, evade!
Caution. Pull up.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. Our coordinates are as follows. fired. Target was not struck. Your plane will ice up if you stay in there too long. Missile away.
Ocean, our ultimate means to use your head to fight and not just instincts.
Entering cloud cover.
We're under attack! Hurry up and do something!
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Caution. Pull up. Caution.
side of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
Confirmed destroyed. ID'd as Ocean forces.
How's your last long caster? And we're here to help. Shot down.
Stay sharp while you're in there. Your flame will last up if you stay in there too long.
If they don't respond, shoot them down.
Caution. Pull up.
We're taking heavy fire. Concentrate your fire on the combat vehicle.
Target destroyed.
Missile.
Target is in machine gun range.
Damn it. We're outnumbered. There were too many conservatives in the Air Force that hated the drill.
Caution. Pull up. Caution. Missile. Missile. Missile.
If the drone is acting suspiciously, shoot it down.
It's Erusian military.
Ceasefire for the next half hour. Then we'll take back the city from the scoundrels who call us rebels.
Strider 3 launching missile. Enemy on your back. Target hit.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing. We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Officers from countries annexed by Erusia have taken multiple groups and declared independence.
Glad we waited. Don't worry, we won't let anybody kill us.
Almost at the rendezvous, with the rear to the others. Understood.
The radicals truly believe boosting drone productions will make up for our losses. They shouldn't take responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osia quickly.
You radicals were so busy developing UAVs that you forgot to develop real pilots. You are a disgrace.
We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper using missile.
Who do we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Erusian News Network.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board? He's not lying about carrying civilians. No, unless she's a soldier. Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Trigger, what the hell are you doing?
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board? He's not lying about carrying civilians. No, unless she's a soldier.
attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft you were going on and told me about. From one of the scratches. There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Belkin technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait, unknown's attacking the Ghost plane.
Hold on tight.
Longcaster, permission to engage. Negative. What? They could be Osean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit.
That's all we can do. Fighters. What the hell is going on? Stay sharp. Right. I'm shooting them down. Any complaints? Granted.
Missile.
Welcome.
Missile. Missile.
How dare you interfere? I'm here to deal with that traitor.
Don't miss. Aim carefully.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
The enemy has a beat on you.
Careful. Those guys are good. Wait. You don't think it's so sketchy with big shots, do you? I managed to catch a glimpse of the three strikes.
Target hit.
Ocean fighter. Just how long do you plan on getting in my way?
9. No good. Shit. Strider 3 launching missile. Behind the enemy.
You're in my way.
Break away! Enemy sighted.
Missile.
Fox 2.
Strider 1, missile launched. Bandit destroyed. Well done.
Stall warning.
I have to break!
Nice kill.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter is... Drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys. What the hell? We were just helping them. Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Longcaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Ocean craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What? In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort. Welcome. Understood.
Wilco.
Missile.
Hey, it's not our fault.
Soldiers flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Osean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Osean aircraft.
Losing his army?
Elaborate.
They stole our sealed orders.
The VIP.
It should be a piece of cake.
Were you sent by the General Staff? No, we'd like you to escort. I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Lancaster, are all of these real knowns? It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army...
In order to respond to the attack on the base.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Osean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Osean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guard's dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and they shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works.
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness. Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Farbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer, at this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
So much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want to do.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Sortie ASAP.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs. They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. And what? Abandon Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own. Please, we need help!
Wagtail is on the Osean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger.
Got a positive ID.
Thank God. Friendly birds.
Unknown successfully identified.
Their artillery fire just missed us on our starboard side.
Update is on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're under attack! They're on the run?
We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety.
Target destroyed by Strider 1.
Our air support is here. Do me a favor, Longcaster. Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
There's more over here. Bodies and together. Part of the fight. Look at that, we're all lined up. No, they're not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happens here. I really don't want to think about it. Yeah, those Russian bastards. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence.
attack terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirmed. The info is from an allied AWAC. Hold your fire! Roger. What are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
Our guys even took out the enemy's air support. What do we do now? Send in the tanks!
Allied retreat looks good.
Missile.
Give me enemy position! Good job! The artillery fire's been a number on my hearing!
Missile.
Get in the landing craft!
Missile.
Many thanks, Lancaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Missile.
If you just defend the best fighter today, our army can turn this thing around.
Missile.
Echo 13. 2 tanks left, but they're running on fuel and low on ammo.
Do not fire on unidentified targets. You're risking friendly fire.
Bring all the injured.
In gun range.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
Wait.
Missile.
Multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Missile away.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase off the bogies! There's no way they're ours!
Missile.
Almost there! Commence Operation No Return! These are unguided. Stay on course! Let's just get on.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Missile. Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile. Missile.
You're out of chaff and flares.
Caution. Pull up. Caution. Missile. 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 Caution. Pull up.
Strata 1, target acquired.
Why isn't the Erusian army retreating? They're just sitting ducks for our air support.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Missile. Missile.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Missile.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Scratches. 1, 2, 3.
Missile.
Trigger, boss, get over here quick.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Target.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
I've got you.
Bailing out.
Missile.
Draw the enemy's attention here. Evading enemy missiles. Our co-conspirators also have much to answer for.
Missile away. Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile. Missile.
Launch control, receive now invader aircraft. All systems ready. Go for launch. Fire blindly at us. Launch control. Enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative. Hang in there. Last chance for Operation Feeding Time. Launch control. Launch pad.
Missile. Missile.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Missile.
This is Graham 7. Attack failed. Enemy pilots outclassed us.
Was not struck.
Missile.
Don't aim. We're doing strategic bombing.
Missile.
Our air support has taken out most of the Erusian forces.
Strider 1 has been shot down.
Let's help retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Caution. Pull up.
There's more over here. The bodies of dead civilians. It was part of the fight. Death, we're all lined up. No, they're not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here, but I really don't want to think about it. Crap, those these bastards. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence. If you see 3 strikes, count them 3, and the enemy's gone.
Hands! Our last vehicle's been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Gather all the wounded together. Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly!
Missile. Missile.
I just got the photograph. We'll head back to 8. Give us another 30 minutes.
Missile.
The men say they want to unleash some children in the province. They're not one vehicle. We need help. We're moving out! Leave the dead behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly.
Missile.
other than your dirty ass.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase out the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there! Commence Operation No Return!
Missile.
These are unguided.
Missile.
Stay on course.
Missile.
Let's just get this done with.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Missile.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Missile.
So these are the
Missile.
reinforcements.
Missile.
Trigger, boss,
Missile.
get over here quick.
Missile.
Remember the faces of those who pushed
Missile.
forward.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile.
I'm behind my target.
Missile.
Catch you, pal.
Missile.
Let's see scratches.
Missile.
1, 2, 3. Reloading. Behind my target.
Missile.
Closing in for more.
Missile.
Bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
I'm on my target's tail.
Watch yourselves. These guys are working together to bring us down. Unrelated co-conspirators.
All control, this is Flight Leader. All systems ready. We are go to launch.
Charter 1. Acquired.
This is launch control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time. Launch control. Roger that.
Red 2, Fox 2. Careful, these guys are coming.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Heading to the clouds. Lost them.
Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away.
Hey, you. Dumbass with the scratches on his tail. You hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Erusian tanks right here. Needless to say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Me? You can call me Scrap Queen.
Lancaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
Don't breathing, Sir Count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
I have a bit of intel for you. We'll share it if you can help those refugees. Count me in.
That's right.
All enemy bombers have been destroyed.
We did it.
Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I was thinking about how I'd do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she?
Use a smoke canister. And use taking this to the enemy's doorstep. Not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here! Attack right here!
Lancaster, we've confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft. We just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Target acquired.
Caution.
Target destroyed by Strider 1.
Missile.
He has a lock on you.
Missile. Missile.
Hostile confirmed destroyed.
Everyone knows it. No other reason.
sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the Arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the Arsenal bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network.
If we're too close, we'll get caught up in the explosion.
All aircraft, remain on high alert. We got Bennington coming on radar.
Missile.
You're gonna have to forget about him for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
If we let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it. The supply ship is right down. That sucker's hiding in the clouds. Trigger, don't let it get away. Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down.
That plane's starting to overshoot.
We've recalculated the remaining time. 90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them.
Which one first?
Don't try to follow after the supply ships. Stick close to Trigger. Enemy on
60 seconds remain. The missile hit the supply ship dead on.
Target locked.
Missile.
You're mine now. They're faster than I expected.
Missile.
30 seconds remain. Don't give up.
My bird can't take much more of this!
Strata 1, target acquired. Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. If this thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and move this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her, and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
Good. Take a seat.
We found a boat, then sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Belkan accent.
How did you know that he was from Belka?
Well, both my parents were from Belka, so...
You never told me that. They say that Belkans are known for their conspiracies.
That's just a stereotype. Now, I simply stated my honest opinion and was thrown in jail for it.
The princess sat there looking miserable. That was a dumbass stunt she pulled back there, but it got us on this boat. Take a look at that. This ship is heading for a single rope that's hanging down from the sky. Do you know how far the end of that rope reaches?
Outer space.
No. It is a direct connection to the very potential of mankind itself. Or at least it was until war erupted.
It's my strong belief that the rope might be connected to a very distant, faraway source of great conflict and strife. Even long before the war, the whole world started falling apart once Harling began trying to build it. I often wonder what was going through Harling's mind when he was trying to destroy the very thing that so many people were sacrificed in order to create.
Sacrificed? What do you mean?
Have you seen all of those countless old space shuttles on Tyler Island that are no longer in use?
Yeah. I always thought of them as a good source of scrap. They're an obsolete technology that was abandoned during the construction of the space elevator. Which would mean that if the space elevator was destroyed, it would be that much harder for mankind to reach the stars. Until we find another way.
But even then, Harling still went ahead and tried to destroy it. At the cost of his own life.
That's not the way I heard it. What I heard was that he sacrificed himself to protect the tower from an incoming missile.
Oh, I was told he tried to fly his ship into the tower in order to destroy it.
I wonder which story is true, Your Royal Highness.
I don't know. Looking at it objectively, it's reasonable to believe that Harling had both options before him.
When it comes to which one you think he took, I guess it's like a mirror.
Yes, it is. It's like a mirror looking into your own soul, based on whichever choice you believe it was. At the moment, though, I can only see darkness. I think that thing should be destroyed.
It's time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Ferbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Erusia, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Erusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Erusia's lead faction. While we can't use all our aircraft to attack, the transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base. Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base.
Got it.
Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good.
We'll make it. We're all gonna fly home. Together.
Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
No Osean forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target. We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team, get to work.
Unidentified aircraft, not sure if friend or foe. Fire anyway. We don't have time to be wondering if they're friendlies or not.
So, we capture this base and take the fuel and supplies. That's the plan, right, Trigger?
You take if you want to live. That's how it was where I grew up.
I was just double-checking mission orders, Hushin.
Our anti-air guns are destroyed. Abandon and fall back to our rear position. Retreat! There aren't that many. Aim carefully and take them down.
forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target. We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team, get to work.
Unidentified aircraft, not sure if friend or foe. Fire anyway. We don't have time to be wondering if they're friendlies or not.
So, we capture this base and take the fuel and supplies. That's the plan, right, Trigger?
You take if you want to live. That's how it was where I grew up.
I was just double-checking mission orders, Hushin.
Our anti-air guns are destroyed. Abandon and fall back to our rear position. Retreat!
Strider 1, target eliminated. There are more vehicles along the road. They don't appear to be military. They're Erusian refugees. They must be fleeing since the conflict got worse.
Unidentified aircraft. Identify at once or we'll open fire.
What are you talking about? They already are firing on us.
Hit them with the air
He's
shield.
confused. I know.
We're all out of ammo. Don't give up. We're not going to lose our country again.
Careful, it's hard to maintain a lock in the clouds.
Our anti-aircraft weaponry is down by 30%. Why are they attacking this base?
So what's this faction split from the Erusian military? The autonomous state of Shalaji used to be a nation. The region has always leaned towards independence.
Why are they out?
Those who want to restore their homelands flock to it. Apparently, their core consists of officers from Vaslij, which neighbored Shalaji.
Are they our enemies?
They're our enemy's enemy, not our friends.
Retreat! Our tank can't take on a fighter!
Strider 1, missile launched. Target acquired.
The resistance is strong. They seem pretty desperate.
Missile. Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Strider 1, target
They
eliminated.
have 4 aircraft! More planes incoming! Fire more missiles!
Missile. 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 Caution. Missile. Missile.
There aren't that many. Aim carefully and take them down!
Missile. 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 Caution. Pull up. Caution. Caution. Pull up.
They're following us! We're unable to use the SAMs! Help me! Don't stop the car! It'll make us an easier target!
Strider 1, target acquired.
We're coming up on the castle. Let's hurry up and capture this base so we can get its fuel and supplies.
Shit. I feel like we're a group of burglars.
Don't say that. This is for our survival.
Yeah, I know.
Missile. Caution.
That's Shalaji Castle.
Enemy has a lock on you.
They're here already. They can pay for what they did to our scouts.
Missile. Caution.
Take in both civilians and refugees without discrimination.
Missile.
Get away from the stone building and take shelter somewhere sturdier or underground. Drop where you are and cover your head if you hear jet engines.
Caution. Pull up.
They're targeting our anti-aircraft weaponry. Now one is down. There are new enemy aircraft, but one is causing us the most grief.
I heard about 3 strikes when I was in the east. What's he doing here?
Missile.
survive, right?
Not something I'll tell my son about.
How come we keep missing?
Locked on, Bandit.
Missile. Missile.
AA destroyed! We're getting ducks! Cancel takeoff. Soul Squadron, stand by.
Negative. This battlefield has been acquired. Along with hope of restoration. Don't worry. As long as we accelerate inside the tunnel, they won't be able to shoot us down that easily.
You're almost out of special weaponry. Their interceptors are in the air.
All right. Getting to takeoff speed inside the tunnel is insane.
Soul Squadron, airborne. Keep the invaders out of our skies. Good luck, Soul Squadron.
Understood. You are in violation of Shalashi airspace. Turn around or we'll be forced to shoot you down.
This is the Osean Long Range Strategic Strike Group. Land immediately and hand over your planes and base to us.
Missile.
You must be the snowbirds. It's absurd for you to be talking so tough after losing one of your leaders at Farbanti. You bastard!
Missile.
You defile this country.
Missile.
As long as you're here, this country will never know peace. Shit. I'm out. Ejecting.
Stall warning.
I hope he's okay. Bailing out under those conditions. I can see his parachute. Let's pray he makes it to safety.
3 to go. Don't let them work together. Back up trigger.
Stall
Welcome.
warning.
Righto.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
I'll take care of that one. Understood.
Enemy on your back.
Stall warning. Missile. 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 Missile.
Strutter 1. Missile launched.
Missile. Missile.
Where's the kid? He's ejected. Damn. We can't even last long enough to buy ourselves some time. As expected, but a lucky shot would be boring.
Some kind of energy weapon. No, it's a railgun.
Strutter 1. You have a bogey approaching at high speed. Bearing 090. Straight from the east. High-speed projectile launch from enemy aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky. We can still help you.
Ammunition 0.
Don't waste your life. Dedicated to reclaiming that which you call home. Furthermore, we must find someone to guide you. I'm not that person. Mihai.
Missile.
Hostile squad will be retreating. Those fighting below are advised to temporarily withdraw. Don't die. As long as we're alive, our hopes and dreams live on.
Ammunition 0.
Hey, look at the color of that plane. Damn, that's the flames of hell. Time for payback.
Still not fast.
Negative. It's no good. I can't get close enough.
Leave it to Trigger. The rest of us will just get in the way. Rest form a perimeter to catch whatever slips through. Welcome. I just cost us our lives.
Missile.
Mr. X is ascending rapidly.
The missiles went straight for the sun. Not a casual move.
90%.
Get closer. Someone to guide us. Wait, I can't think of anyone other than you.
Targeting clear.
Time taught me something. Tunnel fighters don't belong with the missile. They're someplace in the cosmos of the skies.
Can't reach him. Lost radar contact. High-speed projectile launch from enemy aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky. We can still help you. Don't waste your life. Dedicated to reclaiming that which you call home.
Missile.
Furthermore, you must find someone to guide you.
Missile.
I am not that person. Really?
Missile.
Hostile team squad will be retreating.
Solid
Those
warning.
who are advised to temporarily withdraw. Don't die. As long as we're alive, our hopes and dreams live on.
Missile.
Roger. Enemy has a
Hey,
launch.
look at the color of that plane.
Damn, that's the flames of hell.
Time for payback.
Negative. No good. I can't get close enough.
Leave it to Trigger, and the rest of us will just get in the way. The rest form a perimeter to catch whatever slips through.
Wilco. Might just cost us our lives.
60%.
Hit on unidentified aircraft. The enemy's mobility is still unfazed. Keep up the attack.
Someone to guide us. Wait, I can't think of anyone other than you. Being together with Moonhide taught me something. Drone fighters took the wrong road. They have no place in the cosmos of the skies.
Solid warning.
They're at this, and you know what force will be fighting against.
Unidentified aircraft. Land your plane and surrender. Why do you feel the need to continue fighting on your own?
That's funny. It seems like one of the pilots is also fighting alone.
He's not alone. Look around you.
I see. Perhaps it would have been best to entrust the future to pilots like that. Let me test him then to see if he's truly worthy. Hey, look. It's like the sky's been sliced wide open. These surveyors unit probably made themselves a new toy.
Target hit.
That bastard's moving in a way that minimizes the damage even when he's hit. Keep firing those missiles until you blow him to pieces.
This weapon is not enough to take down 3 strikes. This aircraft is my body. If they are not enough, then I must put my soul into it.
You're low on special weapons.
There are pilots like you in every generation. And I've found every last one of them.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Strider 1 scored another hit.
He's still flying, but his plane's been damaged. Finish him off, Trigger.
Target was not struck.
Ammunition zero.
Special weaponry depleted.
Missile.
It's a hit. The unidentified aircraft is going down.
He got him. Trigger has splashed a bandit.
Can you hear me? Pilot with the 3 strikes. This was all due to my ego. I unleashed pure chaos upon this world, just so I could keep my wings. Put a stop to the drone production.
Is this a message to Trigger? What does it mean?
I don't think this war is over just because we shot down Mr. X. Yeah, it's gonna take something else entirely to end this thing. I just don't know what.
No Osean forces are in the region.
The resupply went well.
When we got to the mainland, we found the space elevator's support facility. I guess this was the factory where they built the gigantic structure the elevator traveled in. There was this little girl sitting in front of a mural. When the princess saw her,